So the Minnesota Timberwolves are already regretting this. They are already regretting Donte DiVincenzo. They're genuinely already regretting this. And look, I think they're already slightly regretting the Julius Randle part, but at least he's showing up. At least the man is showing up. But DiVincenzo, not so much. And before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to 5.64k by the end of the day. Sorry, 5.7k by the end of the day. We're about 70 subscribers off. That would be insane. We're also trying to hit 10k by Christmas. But anyway, let's talk about Donte DiVincenzo. Like, this guy was meant to be. He was one of the Nova boys. And if you want to look at his, it would load up, that'd be great. But as far as his stats are, he's shooting terribly from the field. The Minnesota Timberwolves are struggling. And we've got, like, he's apparently now up for trade. Like, he's averaging 9 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. And the problem is, like, in his last 10, he's shooting 35% from the field. At home, he's shooting 36%. And for the season, he is shooting 33% from 3, 35% from the field. For his career, he's down 7% from the field and down 4% from 3. Like, he's someone that throughout his career has been a pretty decent shooter, especially in his recent career. Like, for Milwaukee, he wasn't great, but he was pretty good, I thought, for the Kings when he was with the Kings at the end of the season, averaging 10.3 points. I liked him at Golden State, which, again, on paper, the stats weren't the greatest, but he was pretty good, like shot near 40% from 3. And then last season for the Knicks, started 63 games, averaged 15 points on 40% shooting from 3. And this year, he started 1 game for the Timberwolves, shooting 33% from 3 and averaging 10. So he's gone back down to his career average with worse shooting, which is not ideal for Donte DiVincenzo. Like, it's really not. So these are and he's supposedly available for trade. So there are teams that are trying to look for him and they think he might be the answer. So this is an article from Fadeaway World. Shout out to Fran Lieva. And these are 5 teams who could land Donte DiVincenzo, including the Lakers and the Warriors. So the Warriors could get their shooter back, Gary Payton II, and a 2026 first round pick. Like, one thing I don't get is people think that Donte DiVincenzo is worth a first and a player. He's just not. Like, I think it would be GP the second and a second. Like, DiVincenzo is stinking it up. Like, and I mean that. He's absolutely stinking it up. So, they are not a good team. Genuinely. They're not a good team. And DiVincenzo could go back to the Warriors and be better, but, like, he's not worth that. But he would help the Warriors. He would definitely come in with where DeAnthony Melton came in, where he got injured. Swapping Payton for DiVincenzo could work for both sides. Warriors get another shooter, and Timberwolves add elite defense for the squad that could use it. Exactly. You're not going to need to add a first for this trade, by the way. They're not going to need to add a first. The Clippers offer Chris Dunn, Bones Highland, and KPJ. The trade could give the Timberwolves a lot to work with while helping the Clippers boost their lineup. Chris Dunn. Who's Chris Dunn? Is it not K-R-I-S Dunn? Yeah, it's Chris. Like, I was very confused with who C-H-R-I-S Dunn is. I'm like, Chris Dunn? The other Chris Dunn? I was so confused. I'm like, is there other 2 Chris Dunns? Bones Highland is Bones. He's not going to do much. And then KPJ shouldn't be in the league. But Bones Highland being a dynamic scorer shooter at the bench, while KPJ could bring a scoring punch, whether it's a 6-man or in small ball lines with Anthony Edwards replacing Mike Conley. Don't really see him as a point guard, but it is what it is. The Clippers are sitting at 8-11 after losing to the Celtics last night. Playing without Kawhi Leonard, dealing with injury. Norman Powell's been stepping up. Man, Norman Powell could be an all-star this year. For the Wolves, this could deepen their rotation while opening up new lineup possibilities. Dunn can stabilize second unit. I'm not joking. I think Chris Dunn is better than Donte DiVincenzo. If this is what they're looking at for, I would make that trade if I am the Timberwolves. The Lakers make a run. Max Christie, Jalen Hood, Shafino, and a 2025 second-round pick. Like, that's about what he's worth. But, like, why is there a first-round pick in the Warriors trade? Like, the Lakers looking good this season, 10-6 record. Like, Max Christie, like, I don't rate Max Christie very highly. Jalen Hood, Shafino, like, what? Like, why? It was such a bad draft pick. Even at the time, it was kind of confusing. But there's a lot of chatter about the Lakers targeting big men like Walker Kessler, Valanciunas, or even Robert Williams. Adding DiVincenzo will give the backcourt a serious boost. He'd be a clear upgrade over Max Christie and Hutchifino, who in his second year still hasn't cracked the rotation. I mean, man's playing brawny minutes. DiVincenzo could slide in the starting lineup next to Austin Reeves if Russell keeps coming off the bench, or just be a killer 6-man. Under Redick's system, he would thrive. I mean, he would be better at literally anywhere in Minnesota. And then the Spurs might look to climb to West. Trey Jones, 2025 first. Why would you give up Atlanta's 2025 first? What? There's no way. There is absolutely no way in hell they're giving up Atlanta's pick. And Charlotte's pick. 2 first rounds and Trey Jones for Donte DiVincenzo. Are you mad? Like, the Atlanta Hawks are 7-11. They have what? The 8th worst record in the NBA. And the Charlotte Hornets first round pick, I don't know how protected that is, but the Hornets suck too. 2 lottery picks. Give up 2 lottery picks. Plus 2 first round picks. Sweeten the deal. Trey Jones, who again might be better at this point in time than Donte DiVincenzo. That's probably gassing it. But not that much worse. And 2 lottery picks. Whereas you're saying the Lakers can get away with Max Christie, Hutchifino in a second? That's mental. If the Spurs make that trade, I want this to go down as one of the most crazy overpays in history. That's worse than the overpay for Gobert. Anthony Black, Caleb Houston, and 2025 first from Denver. First of all, Anthony Black by himself is probably worth more than him. I really like Anthony Black just because of his defense. KCP, who came into this season shooting poorly, DiVincenzo could help. I mean, Caleb Houston in a first round is probably DiVincenzo's value right now. Even a late first round pick. Like, KCP is at least playing defense. But, like, Anthony Black is averaging 9 points, 5 assists, and 2.7 rebounds with better defense than DiVincenzo plays. Why is it him, Houston, and a first? Caleb Houston at least had some good games last year as well. Like, Caleb Houston, he can shoot even though he doesn't play that much. Like, no. Some of these trades, like, you want teams to be fleeced for DiVincenzo. And then you're gonna basically, this list is like all of these teams could get fleeced for him. But then the Lakers could give up nothing and get Donte DiVincenzo. To be fair, that's the way the NBA works. We saw the 2023 deadline when they gave up Russell Westbrook and Pat Bev, and all of a sudden they got back Malik Beasley, Rui Hachimura. Like, they got Rui Hachimura, Malik Beasley, D'Lo, and what's his name, Jared Vanderbilt before he got injured for nothing. But yeah, that is just kind of a madman. Either way, I would be interested if they traded him. I doubt they do, but the Timberwolves are not looking good at all. So anyway, see you guys.